Now I'm going to teach you guys about some of the lingo that gets used here in certain sectors of the hospitality industry in Las Vegas. And this one, I'm going to be focusing on the gentlemen's clubs. Some of these places use code words among staff members to relay information to each other right in front of you, and you wouldn't even know it. How do I know? Because I did it, and I was pretty good at it. A couple places here in town at least used to do this, and it's a much better way for your staff to work together. It's actually pretty smart. At the front door, whatever employees work up there, they're usually going to be talking and engaging with customers coming in the building on a regular basis. Similar to a sales job, what you do at the front is you ask questions to gather information. So if a guy walked up to the front of the club, they'd greet him, ask him some questions like, hey man, where are you visiting from? Me being from California helped because that's a huge part of Las Vegas's tourism. So I checked the ID and I saw it said something like Atherton or Newport Beach or Redondo Beach or something like that. Like, okay, we're off to a good start here. You also ask other questions to pick up clues like, hey, what hotel are you staying at? They say, oh, we're staying over at the Wynn. Hey, good choice, nice, high-end luxury property. People who stay there are usually going to be upper income. They say, hey, I stay at the Travel Lodge. Something like, what brings you to town was another common question to ask. If they say they're here for a conference, okay, they're here on some kind of business, they're probably a professional, they might have a higher income. But if they say they're here for like a teacher's conference, probably not gonna spend a whole lot. If they're here for something like construction, that's a good sign. Also, you'd ask something like, hey, you guys do anything fun so far since you've been here in town? And they might say, nah, we just hung out at the pool, went to a conference, went to dinner. Okay, doesn't necessarily give me a whole lot to go off of. They said, yeah, we went and we played golf the other day. Like, okay, good. Because people who play golf usually have higher incomes. When the guy would go to pay the entrance at the register, he pays with a credit card. Is he paying with a personal card or is he paying with a business card? Paying with a business card, that's another good sign. These are clues, indicators you're looking for to try to see if the person may have more expendable income that they would spend while they're there in the club. If the club has a good operation in place and their staff is working together, they're going to try to have the staff at the front door let the people inside know, hey, I've got a customer coming in who I think could spend a lot of money. That way, the host inside could go grab a certain entertainer, one who's good at selling the VIP room, because not all of them are good salespeople, I can tell you that much. But they might just say, like, I have one guy I think is good coming in. Something like that, which is probably not the best way to put it. But others will have a way, like, they'll actually have like different levels for how much, like how quality, how high they think the guy's potential is to spend a lot of money. So they might just say something simple like, hey, I got a group of one coming in. Probably doesn't mean a whole lot. Now, if you say something like, I have a table of one, maybe that's a guy in his 30s, been in the workforce for a while, he doesn't have a ton of money, he's not rich, he's not wealthy, but he's got some disposable income to spend based on the interaction you have at the front door. That's your best assessment. You get the guy who's like 50 plus years old, and the guy owns a construction company, he owns a ranching operation, he owns lots of farmland. Yes, those people think like stockbrokers and stuff, or like the big clients who have money, or like, you know, athletes. Sometimes those people spend. A lot of those other guys I just mentioned, those guys who are like in blue collar industries, those guys will spend. So a guy like that comes, they might say, hey, I have a party of one. Now, if you are at the front door and you hear the staff say, I got a group of one, table of one, party of one, you're not even gonna think about what that means. But to the staff inside, that can mean something very different. Just that one word that they switch can tell them the type of customer that they think they have coming in. And if you're looking to save money and get more value for your dollar here in Las Vegas, I have a free list that I send out every month to my email subscribers with at least $1,000 of savings for everything from hotels to casinos to happy hours, food, drink, for military, locals, seniors, everybody. Use the QR code on screen or the link down below and start saving right away.